Alright gamers, we're here doing something interesting. You see, I love Minecraft. I've built in Minecraft for as long as I can remember. Back when I was a wee child. Here are some things I've built. I built that. I built that. I built that. I built that again. I built that. That one's pretty cool. I had an epiphany, a shower thought, if you will. Can I use Minecraft building techniques to make something that looks swell in other games? Like, would that translate at all? And I think that'd just be a fun challenge overall. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I have gotten a succession of weirder and weirder games as we continue on with this video that we're going to be playing. Some of them I really don't think will work, but we'll see. So my idea is I'm going to build a house in Minecraft, build it well, build it cute, and then see if I can replicate it in every different game that I've got lined up, and see if I can find one Minecraft building tip that I can uniquely demonstrate in each game. I don't know if that's gonna be possible, but we're gonna try. So I'm gonna go ahead and build a house. All right, so my general idea is I wanted a small house and a little front garden, and yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and get blocks such as diorite and calcite, because I don't really build with these kind of blocks usually, and I just want to make something that's fun and lively. So if I just go ahead and block out the general shape, it's going to be kind of wide. I'm going to try and build something that I think could be fairly replicable in other games. Hold up. What's the gradient? That. Yeah, that's the gradient. Okay, my bad. So what I do, even when I'm blocking out like just wide areas, I like having kind of splotchy. Yeah, I think that's a good size. I like having kind of splotches, so it goes from light to dark to light to dark. It's very simple, but it just makes the build feel more interesting. You can kind of see how it's just a slight gradient. The problem with this game is there's actually not very many white blocks. So building like a competent sort of white gradient is a little difficult, to be honest. Instead of doing the splotchy thing, I'm just going to do a light vertical gradient. So we're going to have the darkest blocks on the bottom. And honestly, 3 blocks is all I kind of want to go for. I think I built this too wide. And I'm not going to be doing any interiors in this video. I don't want this video to take 30 years because I'm going to be building. Like, building takes a long time. So I think I'm going to get some smooth stone slabs, which might seem a little weird, but I kind of want to see if I can just get a nice little cute little elevated door. I might honestly go for something crazy like crimson. We'll think about it. What do you think will look better? Fences for windows. If we go for this crimson, is crimson too much? Also, my sensitivity is way too high. The only problem is we don't really have anything black in this game. That's another thing we lack. We don't have any black woods. Like, is dark oak too... I'm gonna try and make the crimson work. Now, I'm gonna be doing just like a typical, you know, half-step ascent kind of. But I'm going to be breaking it up. Look, this is a little bit experimental, but what's something that's not experimental, you know? You can no longer get into this house. Oh, no, you can't. There you go. But like I said, we're not doing interiors, so it doesn't really matter. And you do have to use spectator mode to get out of the house without breaking it, but again, that doesn't matter. I feel like something should be over this door, but I don't know what. Maybe just something simple like that, maybe? Doesn't look half bad, I guess. One crazy idea I had was a mossy roof. This needs to be a double door. I added some like smaller offshoot. I don't really know what it is. It could be like an extra room. It's just a little bit more detail and makes the silhouette of the house more broken up. Well, all right. This is what we have so far. And by so far, I mean, I think this tiny little home, it's definitely weird and experimental, but I just thought about trying something new. I want to see if I can modify any Minecraft building techniques to successfully recreate this and maybe even improve on it in these other games. Because I think every game has its own strengths and weaknesses, so I think it's time we move on to the first game after I take screenshots. Also, this house, I didn't really do anything from the back. Game number 1 is going to be Sims 4. It's a building game, and a game I've never played before. No, I just randomly decided to drop, you know, a month's rent on all the DLC. I think this is going to be the easiest challenge. I have time in Sims 4, and it's a building game. It's meant for what we're doing. So let's dive right in. Pros for Sims 4. It's meant for building. There's a lot of decoration. There's a lot of plants. There's a lot of fences. There's anything you could ever want in building. Cons, it's not very blocky. So it would be hard to, make something kind of Minecrafty because, it's more realistic. But honestly, that could honestly be like a plus because a lot of Minecraft building techniques aim to make stuff more realistic. While some building techniques do take advantage of the fact that it is a block game. But we'll see. All right, I just generated a randomly generated sim. And we're going to load into an empty lot and see if we can recreate our weird little outdoorsy kind of house. So one thing that's really good about The Sims is it kind of has like a similar scale, but it's just a lot quicker to build stuff. So I don't know what would work the best here. Probably something like this. Some kind of lighter bricks. Then doors. We have... What if I just sort by color? Is there purple? I might have chosen like a really difficult color scheme. Might bite me in the behind. Honestly, something like this is probably the closest we're gonna get. What pack is that from? That's just vanilla. So what if I go here? And these base game windows should match. We need something like long. All right, we need a small one here. There really doesn't seem to be like a long, like a wide window. Honestly, maybe something like that. Hold up, what if we brought in the side by 1? I think our door needs to be shorter to fit with the scale of the house. And I might even bring the side in 1 more. Luckily, in The Sims, there's a lot of things like this, which are just minor details that work perfectly for kind of what I'm going for. Now, let's get a roof in here. I wonder if I can do something. I wonder if I can get like a half wall, like a shorter wall, and then get a normal height wall. Sink it into the ground. And then, dang it, even with move objects, you can't do something like that. All right. So plan B, I think I can get something like that. So we had a pretty shallow roof angle. I might even make the eaves come down a little bit more. And then, actually in the recent Sims update, you can now put moss on the roof. The problem is the new placing plants on like slanted roofs, the new feature is really buggy. I'm having trouble getting a sort of good shape. What I do like about The Sims is that there is a extraordinary amount of wood tones. But do I try to go for a more stony? Honestly, feeling like this is very similar to what we had in Minecraft. Well, all right, this is the house that I've kind of come up with. So pros, this was really quick to whip up. I mean, honestly, it might have taken a little bit longer than the Minecraft, but that's just because I was finicking with this the plants on the roof is like a new mechanic, and I think it's going to be updated. I think we got the shape of the house kind of down. Definitely got the vibe and the colors as close as we probably could have gotten. I think the best part is it got the overgrown aesthetic that I really wanted to go for. There's just like a lack of variety in flowers, like even especially since the crazier flowers that have been added, like from the sniffer, there's only 2 of them, so they're in a very limited amount of colors. I think the sniffer should have come out with 10 unique flowers, not 2. 600 employees working tirelessly for a year to add 1 mob that creates 2 flowers. I have my problems with Mojang. But we'll move on. Again, don't worry, I did not do the back. My biggest, I think, downside with this house is I think it's too tall, but I'm already on the shortest wall height, so I don't really know what to do about that. But I think the trick that we did to create like a shorter roof, I think it worked. And the building trick that I want to demonstrate for Sims 4, that works perfectly in Minecraft, works beautifully, is contrast. As you can see, just the lightness of the woods, the pinks, and the bricks mixed with the darkness of the foliage and the roof can really make certain places pop. And that is a very big technique that I use when building in Minecraft. And it also works beautifully in The Sims as well. Contrast is beautiful. Contrast is everything. So yeah, let's move on to the next game, which is Scrap Mechanic. If you thought Minecraft update times were bad, Scrap Mechanic hasn't gotten a survival update in like 4 years, and it took 4 years for survival to even come up after being released. Okay, I'm ranting. I love Scrap Mechanic, but I hate Scrap Mechanic, but we're gonna be playing this game. Positives: 1, blocks; 2, that's all the positives. It's like nothing like Minecraft. I'm struggling to think how we're going to emulate some of our Minecraft aesthetics in the game, especially because I don't think there's any outdoor shrubbery. I think there's just potted plants. I could be wrong about that, but I think this is going to be a challenge. Wow. Look at my little angry face. I'm going to hop into a creative role. I don't know if I have mods installed. I'm going to make a new game. I'm not going to enable any mods. I'll just have it generate terrain for me. It has been years since I played this game, so that's fun. Let's find a nice little spot to set up. Can I zoom out? Ah, I figured out how to zoom out. All right, here looks nice and flat. One thing about this game is if you want to save your creation, you have to build it on this thing. So I'm gonna be building my house on a pedestal, which doesn't make the most sense, but what can you do? This game isn't meant for doing what I'm doing. Kind of is, honestly, but not as much. You see, we're getting weirder as the video goes on, you know, engagement. Watch time. All right, so about this game, I think we want bricks because that's what we did. So let's just get the general shape up. This seems like a good shape. So what's interesting about, let me just empty my inventory because I just have a bunch of random crap. So what is interesting about scrap mechanic is you have a bunch of different textures, but then you can go ahead and paint the textures pretty much any color. So look at that. We have a white brick thing, but I'm actually going to try to do something a little bit crazy here. I want to see if I can introduce the gradient brick by brick. This might be like way too much effort than it's worth, but look, I can color the individual bricks. So I want to see if I can introduce a bit of a gradient. Should I spend all the time painting these individual bricks? Is it worth it? Sadly, there isn't like a color in between this white and this gray. There's only this, but you know what? I don't know if this is going to be worth it. I'll go with it. It's a lot more interesting than just having a plain white wall. I honestly don't hate that. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get out my little buildy thingy. I'm going to place that. And I'm going to rotate it so that it's facing the sun. Because that's something that you can do in this game. And then page down. How do I make it go down? 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 Okay, figured it out. I actually don't hate that gradient. It's not too similar. I would like a more whitish gradient, but it's literally just not an option. So we're going to go with this. Now, I don't think my tip and trick for this video is going to be gradients. I don't think my tip and trick for this game is going to be building gradients. I think I have something else in mind. But first, I want to show something that's actually really intriguing about this game, as opposed to games like Minecraft, is we can go up here and we can get the concrete slab wedge. I'm about to blow your minds, people. I am about to blow your mind. You might be thinking, what the hell are you doing? That looks horrific. But this game is meant for building vehicles, complex creations. But that is a very big bonus when it comes to building a house, because you could do things like this. Oh, now this is a roof on a bearing, which allows us to get angles. There's also one thing that I really love in this game, which is dynamic wedge blocks, which is, in all fairness to the scrap mechanic devs, a recent update. It was the first major update that they did in 2 years. So it took 2 years, but they added triangles. You know, they're almost as fast as mode. I will not stop making that joke. But honestly, I'm thinking this is one of the better games when it comes to building that we've played so far. I mean, it does, but I think we are about to run into its biggest limitation, and that is, what the hell do we use for windows? There are glass tile blocks, and there's glass blocks. So if I carve out where door should be, but look at how games like this I do love, because you can customize the shape exactly how you need it. The problem is there's a very limited selection of colors. I'm trying to come up with a good window here. I think that's the best color we're gonna get. Now, my Minecraft building tip for this game, always utilize depth. Because see how, is the sun moving? I swear that used to be in, look at how ucky and gucky this window looks. Whereas this window looks so much better just from adding, not only pushing the window in one block, but also bringing out a little ledge. So you're creating a lot more detail. All right, there's our little door. Now again, I'm gonna go ahead and, so I'm gonna go ahead and put wood there, and I'm gonna put a bearing. So I created a little awning, again, because you can have controllers that like alter the, you know, the angle. It's a mechanical building game. If this game got updates, man, it'd be awesome. Look at that, we have a little awning. And you know what? Let's go crazy. I know we don't have a back wall, but that's because I don't want to do the back. But look at this. What if I added functionality to the door? You can open the door. Okay, the awning might be a little bit low. Look at that. Aw, look, it's movie magic. And then the door closes. Okay, it's not complicated programming. It's literally open when button pushed, close when button not pushed. And the button is the doorknob. I also used. I tried to use more depth here, as you can see, to make a little design on the door. It's kind of hard to see, but I actually came up with an idea. What if I got like a little pastel? I went in here and I painted the back of the door like pastel. That's too much, but maybe if we did like a tiny bit of a difference, that's not bad. Is it crazy to not go for pink? I think the colors worked in Minecraft, but I think they're a bit too crazy. Oh no, but I actually don't mind the door. Does painting the windows white make them more see-through? All right, and I used similar tricks on the left over here with the little side building. It's looking pretty good, but now here's the troublesome bit. Okay, for the fence, the house is kind of on a hill, so the fence is actually multi-layered and kind of bends with the ground. I don't know if there are lamps. Okay, there's a shack light, and then we had like blue lamps. I guess that works. Yeah, I guess that works. Now, what is it under blocks? Consumable parts. Okay, so this is the foliage we have. They're all just a bunch of different potted plants. So it doesn't seem to be ground plants. Yeah, not that I can find. So I guess to landscape this place, I'll just get a bunch of different potted plants. And you know what? I'm gonna paint all the flower pots green so they blend in. Well, this is our beautiful home. Just don't look inside because there's not a back. I honestly think Scrap Mechanic has a lot of potential. It's just wasted by the fact that it's never ever updated. I guess the game doesn't expect you to landscape because there's already foliage, but come on. I should be able to do better than this. But I honestly don't mind this house. I wonder if there's like vines. There does not appear to be vines. Game number 3. We're gonna be playing Trailmakers. Trailmakers is kind of like Scrap Mechanic, except 1, it gets updates, and 2, it's nothing like Scrap Mechanic. You see, Trailmakers is like Scrap Mechanic, and the fact that, you know, you build vehicles in it, you don't build houses. While in Scrap Mechanic, there was base building mechanics, Trailmakers, there's just not, okay? This is a purely vehicle game. I'm a little worried, if we're being honest with each other here. Pros? Cons, it's not meant for building houses. There's not interior decoration. There's not exterior decoration. There's not plants at all. There's not fences. There's nothing for building a house. It's for building airplanes. Trailmakers is going to be an exceptionally hard game. This game is not meant for building buildings. This game is solely meant for building vehicles. So we don't even have the luxuries that we had in the last game. We only have the cons, and I'm not looking forward to that. And cons is a strong word. This game is, in my opinion, pretty cool. But, like, who the hell are you gonna play it with if you're not, like, a nerd? I don't care. Skip. Greetings. Ooh, general. Hair color, orange. All right. There is DLC to this game that I don't own. The DLC that's in this game that I don't own is completely weapons. And I don't think we need weapons. So I think we're good. Excuse me, I already skipped this cutscene. This better take me to a main menu. I don't want to play any campaigns. I just want to load into a world. Sure, we'll load into the danger zone, I guess. And I don't have very much time on this game, all things considered. I thought this would just be funny to try and build a house in, because it's not a game you build a house in. You probably haven't even heard of this game. I do not want to build a house on a helicarrier. All right, doesn't look like there's going to be any grassy area. Okay, so I have some ancient blueprints of stuff that I've built in the past. This doesn't seem to work. Do I just have a plane? Take off. Oh, come on, stop. Move over there. All right, this is perfect. This is perfect for taking off. Pull back. Oh, okay. Why I'm in here, I'm actually looking for a place to build. That's snowy over there. Maybe I should have gone in a different map. I don't think this map is good for what we're looking for, so I'm actually going to session. Can I change what map we're on? No. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the main menu then. Treasure Island sounds wonderful. All right, let me find this. This game is very sandy, I'm coming to realize. Where's my airplane? Oh, it is artillery. It was a really bad takeoff. All right, take off, take off, take off. Okay, we're good, we're good. This place doesn't seem, oh, there's grass over there. All right, let's go over there. Oh my God. This is not an easy plane to control. Oh my, help me. Oh my. Nope. I just want to get over to this grassy area. Ooh, this hill looks perfect. This hill looks perfect. I wanna live up here. Yes, this is where we will live. All right, so if you didn't see before, we have this weird little, I don't know, this build mode. And then we can go ahead and place blocks in just floating in space. And then once we spawn in, whatever we make will drop to the ground. Now when it comes to building, you can choose, okay, yeah, these are stuff I don't own. Do I go ahead and buy the DLC? Do any of these look useful? Pipes, gears, metal plates, rust, weathered. I don't think we're gonna need any of those because we do have stone already. So look at this. We have like light gray bricks already. And then there's also decals, which are really weird. But basically, you can go to any perspective and then like paint on, it's really weird. But look, I put some hexagons on my bricks. I don't know if we're gonna be able to use that. We might be able to do what we weren't able to do in, do any of these look organic? Stickers. None of those look organic. I'm just gonna block out the shape of the house. Oh, the only problem is we don't have enough, that's not like high enough resolution. So if I do 3 blocks tall or 3 of these things tall, spam copy it. Come on, copy. Yeah, that looks good. And now we can chop out, okay, let me first off get back our bricks just so we can kind of see what we're looking at here. All right, now we can like chop out, I guess, oh God, this is so clunky. This is, all right, beautiful door. That is a beautiful door right there. What a wonderful window. That's pretty good, if I do say so myself. I'm just gonna get out the rest of the house. The fact that you can click and drag to select does make buildings super fast. I think this game, its big pro is how convenient it is to build things. Because, I mean, it's a game built around building things. I'm not saying Minecraft isn't. I think Scrap Mechanics so far is the clunkiest when it comes to building, but Minecraft takes just a long time. So now we can go ahead and select all and give us that brick. All right, I think I'm gonna do something very similar. So I think, so they redid the whole UI since I last played, so give me a second to find something. So let me go ahead and select the whole roof section. Chrome, is Chrome too crazy? I don't mind it. I think honestly Chrome is good. But now what we can do is you can go ahead, hold up, I need some sort of, yeah, angle block. Just copy this all the way down and let me give that the same color, which is black chrome. And now what I can do is I can go ahead and then grab the roof. If I go ahead and line this up, then select all, copy it, rotate it on that. All right, now we can just have these. We don't need them to be set up to controls. So if I set these, wait, if I set these both to hold position, and then clear their key bindings, let's say 20 degrees. And then this one I set to negative 20 degrees. And then I'm gonna need to do some weird, if I go to gadgets, let me just get a NOR gate. We'll go into there. So theoretically, if I press B, I'm starting to think that didn't work. What? Okay, so what if the problem is just these wedge pieces? All right, I think those wedge pieces were actually causing a problem. So let me go, this should be 20, and then the speed should be negative. We have a roof. This is horrible. All right, is there, so there is a glass texture, right? Glass is blue, right? No, but our glass, our windows, they're like a purple. Beautiful. I'm gonna bring that glass over to this window. I don't think it could be better. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and make like a little Oh, wait, that doesn't match. Is there like a 3 wide thing? There's a 3 wide thing. Okay, okay. I was like, there's no way I can't do even amounts of blocks. This will, again, be like stone, but it'll be like this tan. Now, this is majestic, one might say. Let's see it when it's on the ground again. Did I just break the sonic barrier? Why won't my house be normal? Okay, doesn't appear to be self-destructing. Look, you can go in. Can I go into first person? Doesn't appear. But look, I could look out my little window. Hi. I'm a little bit short. Hi. I'm questioning all of my life choices. I don't want to put the side thing on because I'm scared that if I add another angled roof, it's just going to explode even more often. It's already unstable enough as it is. But look at that. We got our purple wood in there. Wait. You're going to be mind blown. But watch this. I'm going to get a decal and just you wait. Let's go into tech and then click this. And that's what we call a doorknob. Look at that. Can't ignore it's a doorknob. See, look, there we go. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. The Minecraft building tip for this build is you should have expected it to be able to fly. Let's go. Where did my roof go? Why? It's not, it's being a little, okay. Next game. Game number 3. The hardest challenge of them all. We're going to be playing Portal 2. Because there is technically custom maps, like a map builder in the game. So is that not like, you can build the house with that, right? Pros. Okay, again, no pros, cons. No doors, no stairs, no plants, no very big building blocks. Like you can't, there's not detail, no room for detail. Very limited selection of parts, very limited selection of literally anything. I mean, there's kind of, you can kind of set buttons up for doors. Why did I think this was a good idea? Portal 2, let's go. This isn't gonna end well. All right, so what do we need? We need a big open space. Can I control A? All right, no portals, just because it's just visually distracting. How do I make this bigger? All right, this is probably enough space to work with. Beautiful, absolutely lovely. Wow, this is going pretty well, I think. And then if I go ahead, make that portable, you know, house. All right, wait. All right, windows. Okay, I'm liking this. All right, wait, look at this, I'm learning the building tricks. So you rotate it around and then you can scale it. Okay. But watch this. This is gonna be awesome. So if I pull this out, pull this together. Now that's an awning if I've ever seen one. So really big limitation I'm coming to find is that there's 2 colors. And I don't know what I'm gonna do for the roof. This is going to be awesome. Let me show you my house tour. Is there not a sprint button? Can you not sprint in this game? All right, well, I'm coming around the fence. Oh, welcome to my abode. So I did a little bit of stuff off camera. Look, I put in a pressure plate. Oh, it's like Minecraft, so you can go, so you can go in. And not only that, I added something beautiful, something majestic. A shower. Yeah, if we're being honest with each other, I don't know what this video was. But what I know I didn't do is I know I didn't build an interior. I think that was out of the scope of this challenge. But if you want to see another video of me doing this again, but instead with interiors, and if you want to suggest different games for me to try this in, let me know. I think this was pretty fun. All the games I played were 3D games. Maybe I could try building in 2D games. I don't know what 2D games there would be, like Terraria. But I don't want to play Terraria. And subscribe, please. Comment and like and share.